Someone is lying to us as a shocking new report has dropped surrounding the health of Austin Matthews and other players following a new report from Chris Johnson revealing the truth behind the injuries, which is revealed the whole time that Craig Berube and the Leafs front office has been lying to us once again. I'm going to break down exactly what this report is and discuss what it means going forward, as well as a bunch of injury updates ahead of the game tomorrow, as well as a few other things on this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into it all, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. Darius, we've talked about this, injuries now for basically the whole season because there's been a lot of them, but someone is lying to us again, and that is the Leafs. And it has been now back-to-back seasons that we've had something like this happen. You can see here, and I want to start with a statement that dropped from Craig Berube. So you can see here, he opened the media session with a statement. Nyes and Matthews and Nicolas Roy all practiced today, looked good, finished practice, but still have to see about tomorrow, so that's where they're at. But it was good that they were out there and finished practice and went through all the drills. You might be looking at this and saying, okay, that's a pretty, valid update, except you look at a report that dropped yesterday from Chris Johnson, which is revealing that the whole time Matthews' injury, despite being labeled as something tiny, something small, was always a 2 to 3 week injury. You can see here, so the team has just flat out lied to us this whole time. Totally cool and normal. Darius, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, teams are allowed to lie to us. They can give these, little answers. But in a season that has been filled with a lot of controversy, I'll say, this is not the best way to go about it. And now, of course, they're not even necessarily guaranteed to play tomorrow. And it seems like a lot of them will actually miss tomorrow's game.
At first, when you look at last year, because we've been making the joke for a year at this point because of what happened with Matthews last year, that day to day turns into week to week, turns into month to month. We've been making that joke for a year. And at first, I thought it was because Austin Matthews is a very private guy and he doesn't want any of his injury stuff out there. And that could make some sense. And I think if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs on top of it, you do want some privacy in terms of injury updates and what things are specifically. That makes sense to me. But according to what CJ said on the radio yesterday, I mean, this is just straight up lying. And Friedman was on the TV yesterday as well on Sportsnet, and he was saying that, not necessarily the same thing, but he was saying it's a source of frustration for certain people in the organization as well. So it's just very interesting to me at this point that they kind of knew that this injury to Matthews was going to take this long. And we've been joking about it, Nick, for a year on the channel. Day to day turns into week to week, turns into month to month. And lo and behold, it's happening again in front of our eyes again. And I understand if there's setbacks. Like with Stolarz' injury, for example, they said he's day to day. Then they said, hey, we realized that it's actually worse than we thought. That's cool, right? I understand that. Other teams are doing that as well. But the fact that they knew this about Matthews' injury and some other injuries, and they keep saying, yeah, they'll be back. Maybe they're playing, what was it, last Thursday? Maybe they're playing Thursday. Maybe they're playing Saturday in Montreal. They might actually be pretty good. They might actually go on Wednesday. Oh, wait, actually, never mind. They're not playing Wednesday now against Columbus. So how long does this go for? There's no clarity on anything. And if you look at other teams, a lot of other teams just go, hey, this guy's out for 3 weeks, or hey, this guy's out for a month, or he's day to day, and he's actually only day to day. So I think it's frustrating for fans and everybody involved at this point. I mean, this is getting a little ridiculous. And Treliving spoke out last week at his press conference addressing this, saying that, hey, a lot of people are coming out and talking about this and saying this is something that's happening. So he wanted to address it. It's still happening a week later.
Yeah, and Treliving said in that the Matthews injury wasn't that bad. Now, again, things can change. I'm not at least in my mind, I don't know if you're about Darius, like this isn't necessarily about them missing tomorrow. Like, sure, if he's not ready, he's not ready, but it's more so about the bigger scheme of things that has been happening for a very long time now. And we got lied to, once again. And, some people argue, should we as fans have a right to complain about the team lying? That's all up to you guys, but it is annoying, especially in a season where there's been this much frustration. So let us know down below what your thoughts are on this whole situation. Because again, he said, we got to see where they're at. I haven't talked to the trainer. I haven't talked to those guys yet after practice. That's something I got to do. Just weird verbiage, vague verbiage. But at the end of the day, according to Chris Johnson, Elliot Friedman, they were lying to us the whole time. But let's dive into a bunch of other updates as well. As Jake McCabe is set to practice, and he practiced today. It was revealed yesterday that he was fine after leaving the game Saturday with an upper body injury. So he's going to be good to go tomorrow. And let's look at the lines. They're projected lines for tomorrow. And it is Nylander, Tavares, Cowan on the top line, Robertson, Domi, Yarncroke, Lawrence, Lawton, McMahon, and then a combination of Joshua, Blake, Quillen, and Michelli. So if this holds true, yet another game with a depleted team. No Nyes, no Matthews, no, obviously Nicolas Roy as well. I mean, it's rough once again. You're last in the division. You're behind the Buffalo Sabres, at least you were. It has been a disastrous, nightmarish season. There is time to figure it out, of course, but even on the blue line, like no Chris Tanev, that's something that he's going to be out a while. No Anthony Stolar's team is riddled with injuries. Not the way any of us would have planned things, of course, in an ideal world. But you also have Craig Berube saying the glass is half full. We got an opportunity tomorrow to get 2 points. So what are your thoughts on these lines?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're playing tomorrow. I don't, because they were skating as extras. They weren't skating with the rest of the team. So I don't think they're playing tomorrow. And that's another game that they're all missing. And a lot of people are saying give them a shot. Wait till all these guys return until you can really judge the team. They weren't very good with them anyway, but I do agree that I don't think any major changes are imminent at this point. Like they're not coming tomorrow. Craig Berube's not getting fired. I do kind of like how Craig Berube has taken this right now. Like, there's no need to panic. What is
Yeah.
panic going to do at this point, right? Like, so him saying this at the end of practice, like, just come on, guys. Like, let's try and get 2 points here, right? That's what's in front of us at this point. That's what we can control. So I don't mind that. Like, I don't know what anyone else expects him to do at this point. Like, he's telling the guys, please do this, and the players are not buying in, right? So at that point, you could look at it and be like, okay, maybe the coach does need to go, but I just don't see that happening with the fact that this is only his second year and you won the division last year and the team is almost exactly the same except for one player. So, and they have more depth. The depth is not necessarily doing anything. They're riddled with injuries. It's a bad mix right now. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. The big, like, they are injured right now, but a lot of these guys played last week against Columbus. This is, again, and stop me if you've heard this before because I said it last week, a revenge game. You want to take advantage of this and play well against a team that just beat you twice in a row in the last month. So this is a really good opportunity for this group to go out and get 2 points. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. But again, I don't think those guys are playing. And I think it is a big source of frustration because they're not playing well this year. The team is not being very clear on when guys are coming back. So then if you do even want to watch a game, because we're going to watch every game and I'm going to watch every game, but a lot of people don't watch every game. So if you're like, hey, is Matthews and Nyes playing tonight? Well, we don't know, right? Like that gets frustrating over the course of a season, right? You want some clarity on some of these things. And again, I get it. You don't want to tell people he has a broken arm or, this with his ankle. I get that stuff, but the timelines I think need to be a little bit more clear for fans because it's getting frustrating.
Yeah, and even outside of the revenge game, you need to get points. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble very, very soon. Just simply from a standings perspective, we're no longer super early in the season, almost a quarter of the way or about a quarter of the way there. So it's going to be very, very crucial to get these points. And here's kind of an overview. Shout out to Jonas Siegel for this. Berube offered the following updates. McCabe going to go. Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes, Nick Waugh close to returning, but they probably aren't because they're wearing gray jerseys today. Stolarz is a ways away, and Brandon Carlo's still not skating. So this is, of course, I mean, it's just rough, right? And this is obviously, it's going to be a very crucial game. Had to take care of business. You look at the schedule ahead. I mean, it doesn't get much easier in December. You go against the Panthers. You go against the Hurricanes. You go against the Habs. You go against the Lightning. So you had your easy part of the schedule. You didn't take advantage of it. Now you have to take advantage of that. Darius, any final thoughts on this before we wrap up? It is a brutal schedule, like really good teams. And hate to say it, the Habs, one of the best teams in this. I mean, we lost them. We got pummeled by them. That's another revenge game Saturday at home this time. You're running out of time here too, which is crazy to say. It feels like the season just started, but you're running out of time to, get points. You have to get them soon.
Yeah, you had your stretch of games where you could have put up some points, and that's gone now as you head into the new month at the end of this week. And this week is not much easier anyway. I mean, you just lost twice to Columbus, and as you head into next month, you got Florida, who's playing pretty decent despite all their injuries. San Jose, I saw in there, so that's going to be a tough one too because those kids are playing really well. Tampa Bay's leading the division. Montreal again, like it's going to be tough. Carolina's leading their division. The Oilers are kind of in the same spot as the Leafs, so they're going to be scrapping and clawing to kind of get 2 points there as well. So it doesn't get easier. It doesn't as you head into the new year. So you have to get to work here, put your head down. And I just don't see a coaching change coming anytime soon. So they either buy in or things are just going to get worse. And then there will be a decision, I guess. But it's on the players. And I've said it from the start. It is 100% on the players.
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are on this. And your guys' support, you guys have been absolute beasts. The Leafs have been struggling. We'll keep you guys up to date every step of the way. See you guys later.